Well, it is a bonus lightweight boxing show. Anthony $1 Million Crolla with the shades on. I think are you actually in Oldham there at the moment? Where are you?
Oldham, yeah. It's in the background. There's Limeside, and yeah, great surrounding areas. No, I'm on a day over in Dubai. So, yeah, living the dream.
Well, excellent. But we do have a very special guest, a pair of guests, actually, which it's the story of the weekend. Story of the weekend. It's not just about Amir Khan and Kell Brook and that devastating win for Kell Brook, which obviously was brilliant on Saturday night from the Sheffield man. There was an excellent undercard. And there's no point in shushing Mela up now, Natasha, because she's got that belt. You are the world champion. She wanted that belt. You should have maybe had it with the Terry Harper fight. You had to go again. Katie Taylor was really tight, but you did the business against Chris Namus on Saturday night. And just the pair of you, how does it feel now? You are the world champ.
Yeah, I think it's hard to put into words because there's nothing else to compare it to. But more than anything, I just feel relieved. I always said I was good enough, and I felt I deserved one. But you've got to back that up and go out and get it. And if you lose, there's big questions about where do you go next and where your career goes. So there was a lot of pressure that I put on myself to just go out and win it, and it happened. So now I just feel like a big weight's being lifted off my shoulders and feel I can go back to enjoying it.
Tasha, I was going to say that. I bet it does feel like weights come off your shoulders, because also it's like, obviously you had the 2 attempts. One of them, nearly everyone felt like you'd done enough to win that. But if that third attempt didn't go your way, you might not have got another. So you knew it sort of had to be the night. Now, so I suppose it was the relief of it all. So no matter what now, you're going to remember that you're not going to stop there. You're going to remember it as a world champion.
Yeah, no, that's 100% it. And yeah, it's done now. It's done.
There's the first
I'm a world champion. I'm a world champion in boxing, but I'm not even the boss of my own house.
What's that belt like, Mela?
What's the belt like?
The nice big thumbs up.
Now
nice
she wants to be quiet.
You got camera shy. Tash, one of the other things I was going to say, as much as I love him, he's a beautiful man. Did you see Eddie Cavani? I know he was there. I was glad he had a bad night on Saturday and his fellow countrywoman. But what? Did you meet him?
Yeah, we obviously Joe was riding there. I went to go and see Namus anyway, just to say thank you, and as you do afterwards. And he was in there as we was in there, so we got our picture taken with him. I said that he should join Liverpool. But yeah, no, he was a nice guy, and respected him for coming out and supporting his country, his fellow countrymen.
Yeah. No, of course.
Tash, what happens now? Because you've kind of climbed the mountain now, and again, you put so much into this, I suppose. Sometimes you hear champions say, well, when you've reached it, you can feel a little bit flat. I'm sure you're just enjoying the moment, but do you want to go again? There's been talk of Hannah Rankin, who watched it, obviously. She's got the WBA belt. Is that what you fancy?
I think why I did it and took the risk was because it opens a lot of doors and gives me a lot more opportunities than there is. We was calling and asking for, asking people to box of a higher ranking in the weight that I wanted, in my preferred weight. And no one wanted to take it because there was a lot of risk for no reward. Now that you've got a belt, people are willing to take that risk, because if you're not going to fight for a belt, what are you going to fight for? So I can actually now bring something to the table. So we'll go back. I'll go speak with Tom, speak with the rest of the team, Joe and Ben, and see what options are there, and pick the best one for me. If it's Hannah Rankin, if it's going down and fighting somebody else, then it's that.
But yeah, the back to the right up, very Andy Lee like. What you threw, I don't know if you've heard that. That's got to be right up there with one of the best you threw.
God, I'm not going to complain about it. What's mad as well is in the changing rooms. We had Cindy in the changing rooms, who's been one of the main sparring, and we went like that. That was one of the last combinations that we went through. It was a jab to head, back on the body, right hook over, So we were doing it. And if you watch the fight, like I watched it back last night when I got to my hands, and I threw it like three times before like the last one actually landed. But obviously it was just missing, or it like hit but not properly, and then the last one obviously landed, and she's got a good chin, because I don't know how she got up after that.
Tasha, thank you. Tash,
No
well
worries.
done, and thanks for that. Well done. Thanks very much, Tash.
Tash, well done. See you soon.
Nice one, Crolla. See you later. See you later.
Well, fantastic to speak to the new champ, Natasha Jonas, and obviously her daughter Mela as well, who was saying before that the belt's very, very heavy. It won't feel heavy to Tash though, will it, Anne? I mean, she's well chuffed, and quite rightly so.
You wouldn't believe how happy I was. I was like actually in the air at the time, and the drinks trolley nearly got turned upside down. I was so happy for the girl. You know, I've seen Joe Williams there. I've seen like in fights where she's been a huge part of the camp, because you know she had to bring her to the gym and stuff like that. And it's inspiring. I just think the way she's had knockbacks, she's been set back more, I don't say time again, but she has had a fair share of knockbacks. And for her to just persist, and now she's been world champion, it's very much deserved, and it's a great performance as well.
Yeah, it was indeed. There's some great performances on the card throughout the night as well. I just want to pick your brains about a couple of them, Anthony, before we get to the main event, obviously. But it was a stunning victory for Brad Ray. I know it's someone that we've spoken about before. We talked to him last week. He's someone that we've been very aware of for a long time, but he looks absolutely enormous at middleweight, and he didn't half do the job against Craig McCarthy, who came to win. Yeah,
he did. Fair play to Craig. He did. And Brad looked fantastic. And I thought being around him, you could see the confidence coming from him. And I said it also, I said it for a bit. I think there's a little bit of Callum Smith-esque about him. And he's shown that on Saturday. And it was a knockout that Callum would be proud of. It was a hell of a knockout.
Fraser Clark obviously made his debut, but and obviously along with Natasha's standout performance, you know, it was about the main event. There were some good fights on the card as well throughout, but the main event, again, nobody could make the mind up. Nobody knew. Nobody had a clue. So everyone was talking about the fight. You sat on the fence, but you were probably right to, because it was so hard to call. Yeah. But, you know, we didn't know what the guys had left. What we did take from it is that, you know, and I think a lot of people would be saying this, is it now time for Khan to say, this career's been absolutely amazing, and it has, but that's it. Kell Brook, he probably does feel 23 again, as he said after the fight. But what would you, I mean, it was brilliant from Brook. What would you want to see now happen?
I'd honestly love to see both of them retire. Amir, who's had an unbelievable career, and I hope people remember from that 17-year-old who represented GB, got a silver medal, being world champion, being in amazing fights, the amount of world champions he fought and beat as well as the ones we lost to. And I'd love to see him, you know, definitely walk away now. And I'd also love to see Kell walk away, go out on a massive high. He's had a great career. Listen, there'll be huge fights there for him still after the performance Saturday night. So it won't be easy to walk away, but I believe it's the perfect time for both to walk away.
They've made a few quid from Saturday night. Kell's made money before as well, obviously. So it's not about a financial thing, is it? It's only, I think, if I suppose pride, ego, whatever you want to say, gets the better of him, because obviously with the likes of Chris Eubank now calling him out, there's another money fight. Whether or not it's a proper fight or the right fight, you know, who knows? But there's going to be offers for him now, isn't there?
Of course there is. And I saw this Eubank Jr. getting quite a bit of stick. And listen, I understand some of them, you know, you want to be a world champion, or does he want the big paydays? Because that sort of, you know, Kell Brook, as good as he is, isn't going to do so much for Junior becoming a world champion. But it's just whether Kell now thinks, for me, his legacy is confirmed. What if it's just he wants to add to his bank balance or not? And listen, can't blame him, because there's some huge fights out there for him still after the performance Saturday night. But for me, I'd love to see them both walk away now. I think it's the perfect time.
Fantastic, Anthony. Well, I know that you want to go for a dip now in the sunshine of Dubai. You know, we've got similar weather here in the northwest of England at the moment. So, your timing was spot on, I think it's fair to say. But enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you very soon.
It's one thing that I have got right, and I'm going to thank you, and I can't wait to be back in with you boys.
Well, that's it. It's a little bonus show for you, just to recap the events of Saturday night, and a great excuse to catch up with the new world champion, Natasha Jonas. What she does next will be really interesting. So a little bonus lightweight boxing show. Thanks for watching.